Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another movie look back review. Now this movie is going to combine some horror with a lot of comedy. And this movie was released back in 1999, so I'm sure a lot of people who first saw this movie in theaters probably have some kids now. So is this movie worth passing down to your offspring, or would you rather just be sedated than to rewatch this movie? Well, let's get on with my movie look back review of Idle Hands, released back in 1999. The movie stars Devon Sawa as Anton, Seth Green as Mick, Elden Henson as Pnub, Jessica Alba as Molly, Vivica A. Fox as Debi LeCure. It was directed by Rodman Flender. Now there's a possessed hand out there and it gravitates to the biggest slacker it can find, and in this case it's going to be the character Anton, and it uses its host to go on a killing spree. Now in addition to Anton, we will also meet Mick and Pnub, who honestly were probably the runners-up for being chosen by this hand. Now Mick and Pnub will go on this crazy adventure with Anton, but they're going to get a little bit of a makeover along the way. Now before she was Hollywood's honey, Jessica Alba played the role of Molly, the girl next door, who is Anton's crush here in this movie. And while Jessica Alba has played many roles both on television and film, her portrayal of Molly might just actually be my favorite role that she's ever done. She combines her natural beauty with just being such an adorable and quirky character that really makes the Molly character very lovable. Now also along for the ride is Vivica A. Fox, who I guess you could say plays a demon hunter named Debi LeCure, and her mission is to destroy the host whom the hand has attached itself to. But by the time she arrives into town to track down Anton, let's just say he's cut ties with his hand. Now a popular thing to do in the 90s was to have a big dance at the end of these type of movies, and Idle Hands does follow in that tradition. However, it does come with a bit of a twist. Number one, it has one of my favorite rock bands of all time, the Offspring, playing at it. Plus, these party goers are going to get a lot more spooks than what they bargained for. Now from here on out, chaos is definitely going to break out, and there's going to be some jaw-dropping moments to be had here, especially when it comes to the character Anton. But the way that this movie wraps up, it definitely has a fun and satisfying conclusion that definitely makes this just an awesome standalone movie, and I'm really glad they never tried to make a sequel to Idle Hands. Now, do I recommend the movie Idle Hands? Yes, I do. While I have seen some people describe this movie as like a Dude, Where's My Car / horror hybrid, I guess that could be a fair comparison, but just know this movie is much more smarter and wittier than Dude, Where's My Car, but yet at the same time, it's not as scary as, let's say, a Scream or a Nightmare on Elm Street. This movie definitely has its own unique and charming personality about it, and I really feel like this is a gem of a movie that many people don't know about. Now, as of this recording, Idle Hands is unfortunately not streaming for free on any of your favorite platforms, nor can I remember the last time I actually saw this movie available to stream. The only place I can find that you can watch this movie is to rent it on sites like Amazon Prime for $3.99. But for me, honestly, I went old school, and if you have the Netflix DVD service, it is available on there. Now, the first time I ever saw Idle Hands was when it was released back in theaters. So going here in 2021 and rewatching this movie, I actually went into it with low expectations that it wouldn't meet the memories that I had of this movie. But I'm happy to say, after rewatching this movie here in 2021, not only did it meet my expectations, but it actually exceeded them. So my final score for Idle Hands is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. Now, I do want to preference by saying that this movie might not be for anyone, especially if you didn't grow up in the 90s. You might not have that nostalgic feel for this movie like I did, but if you're into a movie that's just a little bit quirky and scary at the same time, definitely give Idle Hands a shot. This movie is very unique and fun. It has an awesome music soundtrack, plus the actors and the cast of characters in this movie really give it its charm. Now, have you guys ever seen the movie Idle Hands? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. And guys, if you like movie look back reviews like this, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.